Hello everyone. I hope you guys are doing very well, and you guys are improving yourself, right? In this automation technologies, and especially in this automation testing related technologies. So, guys, after a very long period, I have decided to resume my YouTube channel. So finally today I have started, re again my journey with this YouTube channel. So guys, so today I have taken very important topic to discuss with you guys, and will be then again in this session, we will be resolving your questions whichever you have, right? So uh, we will be discussing on the same topic for next 5 to 10 days. So because I want to cover each and every point whichever related to this automation testing, and I want to clear all the doubts which you guys are having, right? So for that, that perspective I have created one presentation. So right, so today is the first day for this automation testing related topics, right? So to just have a clear understanding, and to just to understand very easily, right? To understand it very easily. So just for that perspective, that perspective I have try to create one good presentation. So right, so regarding the same. So yeah, so let's start with our presentation. Okay, so in screen you can see there is one slide is there, right? So in that slide you can see this is the introduction day, right, for this topic, and topic name is nothing but the world of automation testing, right? So in this automation testing world, what are the points, what are the topics, what are the tools, and all means which are the tools exactly we will be required for this automation testing, right? So those we will be covering in this in this session. So yeah, let's start. So here you can see introduction and of world of automation testing. So basically, to cover this topic, we'll be using Selenium as a automation tool, right? And also we will be using Java as a programming language, right? And also to we will be using the TestNG for the different advantages, right? There are multiple advantages which are provided by this test engine, like grouping, parallel testing, annotations, reporting, right? So those kind of advantages we can get from this test engine. So yeah, and let me tell you one more point, guys. So this is session is very useful for the all the folks, like beginners as well as experts, right? So yeah, so let's move on the next slide, and that is the agenda or topics. So basically, the purpose of the slide is to just discuss on the topics which we will be covering in this whole session, right? So let me first talk about the first point, that is the definition of automation. So that is the first point which will be covering in this first session. So like a definition of automation, it means in this we will be covering what exactly automation means, like, and what exactly the definition of the automation, right? So next point is the disadvantages of manual testing or the manual process, right? So in this point, or in this topic, we will be discussing about disadvantages of the manual testing. So so what are the disadvantages of the manual testing, and or the manual process, right? Or why automation is required if it's a manual testing is exist, right? So those points will be covering under this point. Okay, so let me show you the next point, that is advantages of automation testing, right? So in this topic, or in this point, we'll be discussing the main advantages of this automation testing, why actually we need this automation testing, right? So the what is the purpose of this automation testing, right? So that point, that points will be covering under this third point. And fourth point is again the disadvantages of the automation testing, right? So there are see for every thing has advantages or disadvantages or pros or cons, right? So for this automation testing also have there are multiple, there are not multiple, yeah, we can say there are a number of disadvantages which are having in this automation testing. So that point, so those points will be covering under this disadvantage of automation testing topics. So let me show you the next point, that is fifth point, that will be covering in this session first, and that is why we choose Selenium. So as we know that there are multiple automation tools are there, right? So there are open source tools are also available, right? Like Selenium, right? So but why we choose Selenium, right? So that we will be discussing in the same session. So next point is that Selenium architecture. So like we will be covering the Selenium architecture, what are the interfaces which are used in Selenium, what are the classes are used in Selenium, right? So which is the main interface, right? So that kind of detailing, that kind of details we will be covering under this topic. Okay, so next point is that WebDriver and versus web elements. So we will be discussing about the differences, right, between this WebDriver and web elements. So what is the purpose of the WebDriver in Selenium, what is the purpose of the web elements, right? So in this Selenium, so those points we'll be discussing under this topic. So let me show you the next point, next topic, that is Selenium WebDriver methods. So Selenium WebDriver methods, there are multiple methods which are provides Selenium, WebDriver methods, like get title, I think get page source is also there, close, like there are and also we can quit the browser. So like those kinds of methods we'll be discussing under this topic, that is Selenium WebDriver methods. And next point is, guys, we have that is a function of web element. So what is the function of web element, right? What is the web element? Like web element is the class, or web element is the interface, right? And also what are the function of the web element, right? So that point, those points will be and or those doubts will be covering under this function of web element topics. So last, I think last topic is that is I mean last means last but not least of this the point this topic, sorry, of this session one. So and that is the least value selection. So least value selection is nothing but we know that there are, and if you want to select the drop down value, right? So from the list, right? So how we can select those drop down values, what are the methods are present, right? So how we can select the multiple drop down values, how we can deselect the selected values from the drop down values, right? So those kind of doubts will be covering under this least value selection topics. So yeah, these are the topics which will be covering this session first, right? So we have multiple sessions like with this kind of topics, but in this session first we'll be covering this I think 9 or 10 topics, right? So yeah, so yeah, guys, this is the agenda or the the topics which will be covering under this introduction part, like introduction of this world of automation testing, right? So yeah, so these are the points we'll be covering. So yeah, so guys, so as I have created the presentation for this introduction part, right? So likewise I'll be trying, I will be trying to create the same presentation, and to to, so means we will be also see the presentation as well as will perform the or will perform the practical activities also, like side by side. So yeah, that's it, guys. So for a day, so yeah, so stay tuned, and let's connect in next session. So yeah, thanks all.